For today's tip of the day, let's look at Frozen Valley Hole 4. Now, there are two basic approaches to this hole. Which one you choose will likely depend on the wind, your risk tolerance, the value of the round, or any combination thereof. Let's start by looking at the first option, which is the play up the right side bank. And within that option, there are, in my opinion, two other options. One is to go forehand, which is going to leave you relatively short, or to go backhand, try to get as far down the shoreline as you can. With the wind out of the right, that backhand becomes a little risky. There's a chance you could end up OB. So I would probably play safe, which this is a safer play, and go with a forehand with something like a glide roll. Put the middle chevron around this rock here and just try to get as far down the shoreline as possible. Hopefully that stays dry. Yep, okay. All right, so now I have a look at the basket at least. I can see the green. Chances of birdie relatively good, not guaranteed, but that's not the greatest wind to start with. So now if I have a wind out of the left, see if we can get a wind out of the left here. Okay, then my preference, if I'm going for the birdie, is to use backhand with my biggest bomber. In my case, the glide skip drive. Slide over, aim for this gap about here. Still give it a bit of anhyzer. You'll see why in a minute, because I really want to try to avoid these trees, and I also don't want to challenge that shoreline. Just looking to get as far down here as I can. That's pretty good, much better. I've got 340 feet. I can see the basket. I'd say birdie from this point is very likely. So that's the first option, and those two. Of course, the next option is challenging the ice for the eagle look. For that, I like to use the windbreak musket to go backhand. My aim point is along a line as such, using the bottom chevron. Depending on the wind and your aim point, will have to just come from experience. But with the one wind out of the right, I usually aim for this little patch of ice right here. Seems pretty good. And I'm still going to give it just a little bit of anhyzer, because I want that disc to really stay out to the right. I don't want it to bail left. There's danger left. So a little bit of anhyzer. Let's see if that stays safe. And it looks like it is going to stay safe. And now let's see if it stops. It should stop just short of the water up here. Any faster disc and you're going to end up wet. And so now I have an eagle look. 109 feet. There's a very nice wind here. And that's your two basic choices on Frozen Valley Hole 4. Good luck, and we'll see you around the valley.